Hello, everyone, and welcome one more time to Guilty by My Own Desires, your talk show. And so today I have an amazing personality. His name is Fabio Rubino. He's the CEO for the French company Friendly Time, and he is with me today, all the way from France, online, of course. But let's bring him on. So, Fabio, how are you
Hello,
doing today?
hello everybody. Hello Giovanna. I'm very good, and you?
Well, I'm doing fantastic, especially because I have you as my guest.
I'm honored. Thank you so much.
So, I would like to ask you a couple questions. I know that you are going to be in LA, and tomorrow you are arriving to LA tomorrow, and
Sure,
you're gonna.
sure. I take my plane already. I'm in.
And so you're gonna visit all your friends here in LA, and you're gonna have an amazing day like in the past. But anyway, no, unfortunately, Fabio is not coming tomorrow to LA. That is just for the April 1st. A little bit of that. But anyway, going back, Fabio, I mean, you've been the CEO of your company for 14 years now. Actually, today is the birthday of your company, Friendly Time,
Yes,
and so
exactly.
it's
It's a
a special day.
very special day. Yes, true.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah, I feel well. To tell the truth, I'm a bit emotional today because it means a lot for me. This company, it's like a life story. It's the story of my life, and 14 years it's a lot. And so it happened so many things in 14 years, and I'm very happy, very proud of what I have done of my company since 14 years. And when we will pass this period, I will follow my street.
Well, Fabio, thank you for sharing. And I would like to go back in time before those 14 years, and for our audience, know a little bit more about you, Fabio Rubino. I mean, how did you started producing events? So before you producing events, what you were doing, like where did you grow up?
Yeah. Also, I'm half French, half Italian. My parents were Italian, and I'm born in France. I always was attracted by organization. Always, since I have studied, I was already involved in different organization. That's how I've been to go to the Olympic Games in '96, for example. I was involved in an association, and I was already going to do some event. When I was a student, I begin to do some parties, some organization like 50, 100 person, not so big, but already I had that inside me, and I create an association with two friends called Le Temps des Copains. What is Friendly Time traduction in French? But I didn't know that my company will call Friendly Time. The name was Le Temps des Copains, with the French traduction. And we begin to do some events like 100, 200, 500 people. And at one moment I say, well, I think it's the project of my life. And I begin to think how I can build something concrete to do a company. And I say bye bye to my two friends, but now they are still very close of me. One is my account manager, the person who do my accounts. He have an own company of accountability, and the other one have a restaurant where I love to go. Also, I'm still in very close contact with them, but I have do my own street.
Well, I want to know how was those events. I know that you work with several DJs, and so it was a moment of excited,
Ah, yes.
energy. Can you share what was some of your most memorable experiences back in time?
Yes, you know what? I think that when I begin to do an event, I begin like little event or, for example, little DJ, and I cannot stop me. And I always want to grow up. And when I have one subject of organization, I always try to make it grow up year after year. Also, I have do very big event like for 2,000, 3,000 people in an exposition park with big DJ. Also, one of the most famous, but I don't know in America if you know it, called Laurent Wolf. Here is very famous. He was, now it's a bit more old. It's 10 years before, and we have done already big party there, like I tell you, 3,000 people is not so easy to make come that together, and was an amazing experience. And sometimes when I speak about my company with people, they always speak me about this event because it was amazing here in my town.
Well, Fabio, this is very interesting because it goes a lot of logistics behind making an event. Especially, you're doing a small event. You're doing with your heart, with passion, but going through 1,000 and 3,000 people. I mean, do you work? What is your process or making it happen?
Well, I have made nearly zero study for organization of events. Also, I have built little by little with my own experience, my own contact. I was lucky because I always have find very interesting and talented partner in logistic, in sound, light, animation, hostesses. I have always been surrounded by good person, and also it's more easy when you can have around you people who do what they say, and you can be sure of what you project to do, and little by little, I have a partner who have grown up as well, and I was able to do more big events. And this is a very huge opportunity for me.
Well, I'm very happy that you continue exponentially growing,
Yeah.
so that is very, very interesting. But I want to ask you, about the challenges that you have by being an event organizer. I mean, you are in the show Guilty by My Own Desires, and I want to know, like, if you sometimes felt, that you want perhaps put the best event, but you had to commit maybe the budget or maybe not hire someone that is close to you in order to do hire another person, like how you feel guilty about the things that you do while you're doing events and the
Yeah, you're
process.
true. Yeah. You're true. Sometimes you are in special situation and you cannot do like you want to do. You have to follow the process, and it's not always easy because sometimes, for example, you want to work with somebody, but your partner don't want, and you have to go in another way. Also, this is not always easy, but we have to do a lot of diplomacy in my kind of organization. We always have to be good with everybody in a lot of big events, and I think a good manager, a good organizer of event is somebody who can manage different personality, different kind of people, and be able to speak with everyone. Also, well, I don't feel me so much guilty. I think my way have been little by little grow up. I don't have to like that. I do little by little. 14 years is 14 years. And I begin to do in my town. I have do another town in France. I had an experience in Italy, in Belgium, and we meet people. And I've been in Los Angeles. I've done an event in Tijuana, and you know it. And I think life is really huge opportunity to discover people, to discover other possibility to do things. And when you meet people, you grow up and you take the risk to do things, to do other things. And I love that.
Well, I can see that. So, a lot of your passion comes from the motivation of making things new. How would you keep with your events that, for example, in Le Mans, how do you keep that the event is not get outdated? There always is new and fresh. How do you keep that by going? Because that's very important that people say, oh, well, we already know what is in there, what to expect, but every single time you was telling me something different. And so I want to, I mean, I was there in present time, and so some of the things that you can do, but what you will say, how do you manage this?
Um, you are completely true. One of the important thing in organization of events is to be under the light always, and you have no choice. That's why in this period I am not under the light because there is no more event. But I accept it.
Lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown, but we will come back. The light will come back
Yeah.
later. But you're true. You have to do, if you do an event, that's why I tell you before, I begin to do an event and I always try to make it a bit different and always a bit more high, but little by little. And when you do it different, we do it with new artists or new philosophy of event. You don't make the people boring. It's very important to always challenge yourself for each new event. The worst thing is to think, well, I'm a good organizer, people come for me, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. Always you have to think. I always tell me one thing. People have all the reason of the world to not come to my event. Also, it's my challenge to make them come. And always I challenge me, and I take that from my parents, from my dad, who always tell me you have to do more, you have to do your best, etc., etc. And think you arrived because we never arrived. We always are learning from the other, from your event, for your meeting. We always learn. Also, I try to never think I'm good. I try to say I have to become more and more good.
Well, I think that that's a great message and also like a reflection,
Yeah,
because you're thinking about the moment that you think that you are there, that's when you can continue moving forward, right?
exactly. Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
you have to continue innovating and being creative about what you do. And it's like a movies. That's why I love so much movies.
Yeah,
You know, like
yes, yes.
every production is different. One movie is not the same than another movie, because otherwise, if keep doing the same, it will be boring. So
Yeah,
I think that I understand
and
what you're
I
trying.
think I think you cannot do even during 14 years and be boring and do the same event. Well, your company will stop very very quick. Understand? And
Yes.
time you begin to do an event, well, I always say 1, 2, 3 event is very easy to do. I have one of kind of events that I do called after work. It's not an amazing or very new for you kind of event, an after work, but here I have done it, and each month I do this kind of event, and I have do already like something like more than 100 edition. Okay, also if you are boring, people don't come again, and we are always full. We were always full. Also, that means we check the right things, we innovate, we try to make come other people, other personality, and we grow up like that.
Well, I am very thankful, Fabio. Also that I was able to invite me to your event that you put together there in Le Mans, was a one of a kind. Okay, so I can witness that
Yeah,
for all the new people that would like to attend to your events. But also, I want to ask you, right now, I mean, you are a person that has created impact in your community in Le Mans, with making the events, and then you have produced hundreds of events, and sometimes every Thursday, every week, and so now the thing since 2020 is not the same. So how did you? I mean, your whole business was around in-person events.
yeah.
So what happened? How did you take the um, the first? I guess when everything started changing, how did you react to that?
First of all, I always keep my smile. Okay, and this is important. I think in any situation we have to try to find the positive way. And sure, I've been impacted because I have done zero events since 1 year. Also, it's very strange for me. Very, very, very first time in my life. I, but I am not the one who will cry for that. I just try to use this time to do things that I have no time to do it normally, to think for the futures. Um, I've been a bit disappointed, sure, because it's something who drive my life. Organization of event. It's not only a work; it's a passion, and it's a way of living. And I love to create, to innovate. I love to meet the people, to make them live something different, that they feel good. And I think I'm quite good for that. And in this moment, I cannot operate these kind of things. And also, I am a bit frustrated from that because I really love that. I really, really do. And but I am not. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't feel. No. I'm. Well, I'm still happy to live. We are so happy to live. We are so happy to be able to think for the future, and we have so big opportunity to come. Also, I'm very positive and confident for the futures.
Well, I am very happy that you are taking this positive attitude to this outcome, because COVID-19 has been, well, it has moved our world upside down, but I could not imagine how it has been for you and your company and everything that you have doing. But I want to know what you've been doing. I know that you are in the lockdown and you have to cancel all in-person events, but tell us what I mean. How did you been entertained?
Well, first of all, I always keep me in good health. Also, I do a lot of sport, and I love to prepare me and to keep me in good health. It's very important. You know that I have a background of that. I have do a lot of sport, and my want of challenge is as well equal in sports. I've been involved in a big competition of triathlon, and
You
I
did the
always
Ironman.
yeah. I did an Ironman, and not say, oh, I'm good at doing an Ironman. No, it's only you can understand my way of thinking. I put me an objective, and when I have the objective, I do everything to arrive to this objective. Also, it's more a question of mentality than a question of power. Also, yeah, also I take a lot of time for, well, I have a lot of time in this period. Also, I can do a lot of sport. Today I've been making bicycle for 2 hours under the sun. Nearly every day I love to do it. I have time for that. I prepare different partnership for new events. I am in reflection for do another Le Mans fashion show, the event that you have already seen, Giovanna. And I have project with the organization of the 24-hour of Le Mans, different kind of project. Also, I'm not boring. I always have things to do. Don't worry, but a lot less than normally. Normally, I don't stop. I am in movement always. And it's very strange to me to sit down and look to series or Netflix. What? Normally, I don't have to stop.
Well, I think that we have that in common, and I will have to confess that's the same thing that I go through. Even though I love so much movies, I had to be doing something, maybe even popcorn, even. But that's that's one of the things that keep you your energy moving. But
Giovanna, don't worry. I have just say that I'm looking Netflix, but soon I think I will look another platform.
oh yes, well, as long as it's kind of Hollywood cinema.
Yeah, Heart of Hollywood Cinema. Sure.
Yes, absolutely. I want to play a video for our audience
Okay.
about your company
Excellent.
because I have it right here for they know what you do and the extent that you do, because it's so much work behind it. As you know, I have produced events as well, and I can understand the work they take you working with the people, working with the sponsors, with the performers, with the community, having to go and get permits, and well, the list go on and on. But that's why I want to play this video and wish you a happy birthday for your 14 years of friendly time. Woo! Okay, so let me see this.
Want to surprise? Want to innovate? Want to be where you need when you need to? Want to be supported in your choices, to push the limits, to be responsive and creative? Want to share, exchange and bring together? Want to build loyalty, develop and promote? You simply want to make your event tailor-made. Whether for an inauguration, a product launch, a seminar, a conference, or a company anniversary, Friendly Time has the ability to give you visibility on original and impactful concepts. Thanks to more than 14 years of experience and more than 50,000 contacts on social networks. Whether you are 20 or 2,000 people, choose the event agency that makes the most noise at Le Mans, notably with the Afterwork and Le Mans Fashion Show. Friendly Time selects for you the best providers for the success of your event, such as location, caterer, entertainment, decoration, sound, light, valet, parking, hostesses, security, and much more. Like all these brands, do not hesitate to trust the agencies that will make your event a success. So you want to make a difference? Friendly Time, maximize your event.
So we're gonna follow the party here.
We go to the party, virtual party. Excellent.
Fabio, that was your company, Friendly Time, and it's your company. And so, I can believe it so much that you have worked during many years. And it's like a recognition, I think, that for your community, for all the people that work with you, and of course, the people that enjoy your events. I think I would like to talk about that. How did you find the themes for the audience? How do you decide, okay, I want to work in this event or not? Because you are also very selective in what you work in. What is what you choose in order to make an event?
Well, there is two kind of things. First, when it is an event for a company, you don't have to choose. It's the company who chooses it. But when you produce the event, it's different. I always try to make a reflection what is the offer there is in this kind of event. For example, when I have seen the fashion show, I was thinking about fashion show, and I say, well, in this area in Le Mans, but as well around, I see what there is, and I want to do one, but the next step, not what there is. I want to do big letters of the event. I have seen a lot of fashion show, and I wanted to do one that people will remember always in the area. I don't say that in other parts of the world they don't have see something like I do, sure, but here I think it was really new. Now we are at the you have done the 5th edition, Giovanna, and year after years we have grown up as well. We have do an event that I have tried to organize good the first year, and year after year we have done it. And now we have designers from different parts of the world who come to visit our event, and so it's very good, and I love that. And I try to do it for the satisfaction of the audience. And for me, the audience is not only a word. I love in my event to go to meet them, to feel them. I want to feel what they feel. I want to feel if they feel good, if they are relaxed, if they enjoy. And for me, it's very, very important. That's why I do my event. I move around, and sometimes I go to see the people. I speak perhaps 2-3 words, but I feel. And I begin to feel comfortable in one of my events when I feel that people is relaxed and enjoy. And at this moment, I say, okay, you have to do your job.
Well, I think that's a wonderful feeling, and passing to the desires part. What are your desires for your company? Where is going a Friendly Time?
Oh, you know what? I think if you had tell me this question 5 years before, I cannot imagine what I have done for the 5 next years. It was much more than I can expected. Also, I think I will be wrong if I answer you because um, I
You're guilty,
think
but you're on the science for sure. Because you don't know the
I think for
limit.
kind of people
Yeah,
we don't have a limit. It's
yeah.
the opportunity. It's people you meet. Um, I didn't know one day I will go to Los Angeles, to Las Vegas, to Tijuana. No, and I meet great people, and I've been in. I will perhaps do something in other part of the world, and I'm very
In
open
Los
for that.
Angeles, remember, we have an event to make in Hollywood.
Yeah, we will. I will come with my team, and we will do an amazing event. Don't worry for that.
Yes, I
But,
know. I
but
know it will be.
what I can about what I can dream. Worry, I really don't have answer for that because um, I really think that life is a succession of opportunity. And well, what I know is I want to continue to do events. I want to do bigger and bigger events. I want to make join people from a lot of countries. I love um, the diversity, and I love to meet people. Like I've been able with you to meet people from Mexico, from different this kind of country, Latin country, and I feel that I'm growing up. I grow and I understand better the world meeting this kind of people. I think sometimes people just love to be surrounded by we are French and we do with French people, and that's good. It's good, but it's not enough. We are just citizens of the world, and it's a huge opportunity to go. And I know you love to travel, Giovanna, and I know you have the same meaning than me for that. And I'm very happy to be able to traveling and to meet people from different cultures. And we really understand better the world when we meet people from different places. And also, I hope to be able to do events with a lot of diversity, a lot of people who come from different places. And like that, it's also connection who ride, other event, other travel. That's life.
Well, Fabio, you're very right. I love to work with people. I had to have people in my life,
Yes,
working and
yes.
moving and enjoying the things. And so I share that mutual feeling very much, and that passion. You have a lot of passion for your work. It's very obvious of that,
Yes.
and I think there is a clear understanding of why your company is called Friendly Time. But nevertheless, I want to ask you, why did you put that name to your company, Friendly Time?
Hi, Giovanna. Uh, I love this question because I didn't know why at the beginning. I just have make the translation, but of the association. Remember, I created an association with my friend, and I just have done the translation, and that's it. But after, when the year passed, the event go and go, and I think 2 or 3 years before, I just have make a reflection. But friendly time. This is really the meaning of my event. This is really what I put inside my event. The friendly time, friendly moment, friendly meeting. Yes, it's like hazard, a coincidence. But I don't decide to do that. It was not. I don't want it to do it. It's like it have joined me without I decided. This is when something go inside your life. Friendly time, friendly event, friendly man, friendly.
Well, Fabio,
You know what?
you know when I know this. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
No, because I remember a journalist who have done an interview, an article on a newspaper, and the name was Friendly Man.
Well, absolutely. When I realized this about your company, Friendly Time, I was walking with a friend of mine in Santa Monica. Okay. And we were discussing about the CEOs, and we were talking about the companies and why the company owners name the companies a certain way, right? And I remember in Santa Monica with this big wheel, okay, with lights like
Uh-huh.
the Eye of London, and it was a heart. Okay, it was a heart,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, yeah, just like my company, Heart of Hollywood, you know. And they were, I started discussing about your company. I just make an association with this other partner in France, and his company is Friendly Time. And my friends say, you would just kind of get laughing and say, yes, Heart of Hollywood, Friendly Time. It's like a friendly, you know, hard, and then the other ones was anyway. The name of the company of my friend, it make a lot of sense as well, and so we realize when you are making something that you really do passionately, even it's in your inconscious, you don't
Yeah,
think at the moment,
yeah, yeah,
but
yes.
it goes into like into your back of your hand, and it's something that you're carrying on, and then you're showing it in one moment in time. I mean, would
I
you agree
think
with
it's
that?
something like, yeah, you're subconscious, and something like you done it without knowing you done it, and it's the right thing, the right name. Hat of Hollywood, it's perfect. I know your company. It's perfect. You always do things with your heart, Giovanna. Also, but I'm not sure you have done it because of that. You just done it because it's inside you like that.
Well, I
And
think it just happened, you know. So you can't help it. Even when I work with people, I always try to be like open. I always try to help people. It's not like you can't close who you are, I think.
no,
And so
no.
that's when you transform it in your environment of what you do for people like yourself doing events. I mean, is when magic happens.
Yeah, and I think it's something very interesting that you say. You cannot hide who you are, and I think a company have success when the man or the woman who is the leader do it with his heart, with passion, and the personality of the man or the woman is very important, and it's a very important part of the success. You need to have talent, you need to have personality, and you have to know to take risk.
Let's talk about that. The take risks because in events, budgets are sometimes not enough for creative minds, especially. And I say this because you might want the big words of Hollywood, but then that gonna cost you some budget to accomplish that. So how do you manage that?
Well, I think there is always thing who can happen in event. Even you are good, everything can happen in your event. Also, you need to be able to react on the good way, and to react good. An organizer of event have to be surrounded by good partner. I mean, I remember an event. It was at the really beginning. I was in. The name was to Parade in Paris. You are in a
Mhm.
big truck with a lot of sound, a lot of DJ, and I was already with partner who makes the sound and the light, etc. And we were on the track with a lot of people. And at one moment, everything all stopped. No more battery, no more light, no more sound. And I said, "What?" And before I react, the man who are in charge of the sound and light was already under the track and moved things. And in, I don't know, perhaps 20 seconds, everything gone. Yeah, you have to have good contact around you, very good contact around you.
To mitigate the risk of things that can happen. Absolutely.
Yeah, to
I
minimize the risk. The risk zero don't exist, but you are in charge to minimize the risk. And really, I don't have bad situation who arrive to no solution. Never.
well, you just remind me something. On Saturday, this coming Saturday, we're going to shoot the cover for the Heart of Hollywood magazine. So we're shooting the model and everything. And my main videographer today, this morning, he say, Giovanna, I'm not sure that I can do it because he might not feel well, unfortunately. I hope that he recovers soon. But then I don't have a videographer, right? So I called five different contacts at the same time today in the morning and say, hey, I need a videographer now. The the shoot is on Saturday, and we gotta shoot this cover, right? And he said, no problem, I'm gonna be there. And that's when you I say, finally we have the commercial and stuff, because I cannot replace all the people, the designer cancel the model, the studio is already paid, we expect to have the cover shoot this Saturday. So I think that is very important what you just say, that you have to have
Yeah.
good connections, preparation, or plan B, especially very important, and anything that involves production, whether it's an event or a movie production, have plan B, because you don't know what's going to happen.
And it makes me think to something as well. Sometimes you have to control your emotion, because sometimes you have a problem. There is a problem, and you have to find a solution. But in between this time, you meet 2-3 people from the audience or 3 partner, and just you have to smile. Everything is okay. You can, but inside you say, how I will find the solution? How I will find the solution? I have to find. It's very strange. And I feel that, but I always try to control what I look like.
I think that is a wonderful, wonderful message to all the event organizers and people they work. They are in leadership positions, or they work with a large group of people, because you can, if they see you worry, the boat kind of goes like that, right? They don't want to jump in the boat with the captain is sweating. And thinking, well, how am I gonna find out the solution, right?
That's like when you remember the event fashion show where you were when people arrived at 7 p.m. in the night. They want that I look good, I look fresh, like I just wake up, I have slept so much, and I'm happy. I'm happy, but I'm already very tired, very, because 3 days of installation, sleep 3 hours, 4 hours. You have a million of questions all the day before, in French, in Italian, in English, in German, in Spanish, and you arrive, but it's okay. It's the adrenaline.
Well, I think that adrenaline, and so, Fabio, I think I feel so happy they're making this interview with you, because you're sharing some of the stuff that I haven't heard in other interviews, which you are, all the time in newspapers and TV interviews. But I appreciate that you are being very open about what you do.
Yes. I think I have understand guilty by my own desire. I try to speak with my heart, and everything I have inside, I try to share it with you and with the audience.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm sure that you're guilty by your own desire. So the next things that you're going to do. And so right now, everything has changed because of the COVID, and we don't know what's going to be for 2022. Some of my friends, they are event organizers here in LA. They are planning to not do anything this year, but the next year. How is going for you in France? How the future it looks like for your company in organizing events?
Well, not easy to answer, because nobody knows what will happen, and the COVID period learn to us that we don't know, and we have to be very prudent for that. Don't say things that you don't know. But for what I think the vaccination is going good, and will going faster and faster. I hope for this summer we will change the environment for everybody, and I hope that we can begin little event in September, October. I really love to do, if I can, in November, a new Le Mans fashion show. But for sure, at the beginning of 2022, we will have the real event will come back. I'm sure of that.
Okay, so how are you planning to continue with the in-person events, or maybe will be a little bit mix of virtual or events as well, or how the just give us a little um, T, so what are your plans for the future?
Well, I always say one thing: when we are in a bad period like we are now, we have to find the way to go ahead and to learn. When we learn, we can go ahead. And I think we have all learned a lot of things during this period. We have test things, virtual event. We have seen different. We don't have been in the same way that always. We have tried to think, okay, we were doing like that, but perhaps we can do like that, or we can add that and that and that. Also, what I'm trying to say is that when we will begin again to do events, I mean for my activity, I will probably join different things in virtual to add something virtual on my real event, or I can make promotion differently. I can mix things with a present and virtuality. And so I think we have to learn how to optimize our way of communication for create and promote event and organize good events.
Well, Fabio, I think that all the endeavors that you go ahead in your journey in making events, you will have a success because you already have that mentality. You know, that mentality that is going to happen, and if you can, as long as is there. And I want to ask you, what would you say to your audience that go to your events? Like, what message would you like to tell them?
That to have faith on futures, because now we are in a period that a lot of person are down of how can say mentality. I don't know how to say that, but they don't feel so good. They think in the wrong way. They yeah, it's not so easy. And I just want to say them, we just have to look the futures in a positive way. I will tell them I will be back. I will be back for the event.
Like
I will,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, I will be back.
yeah, I will be back. I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but what I mean is we are near. We have passed the more difficult time, and they have to believe in futures and try to going ahead, and we will go ahead. Everybody will go ahead. We have to be strong.
Well, I think that you are the person that I will want to ask this following question. That it will be, what are the benefits of being positive?
Hmm. I think well, it's I think the first thing is when you are positive, when you speak positive, your vibration are positive, and also around you arrive people positive. You spend positive vibration, and around you, if they are not positive, they become positive, and that bring you huge opportunity. And it's a virtual circle. Understand? It's a spiral to go
I'm
up.
already feeling it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I really think that, well, sometimes I don't understand why people speak so negative. I don't understand what, why they criticize so much. What they win? Nothing. I think thinking, speaking, and putting and make the people follow you in a positive way is the best things. And I think right here are that, like you are, like I think I am, is make the people believe in the same dream and make them bring them to you with you. That what I say, what I have said to some partner. I remember I say an example. I have met a photographer like 4 years before for the 10 year of friendly time, and I tell him, well, today probably you will have a little price. I will pay you little. But what you will win is much more than that. I will bring you with me for the futures. And I think at this moment, he don't believe me really much. But we speak like, I don't know, 5 months or 6 months before, and he say, you are true. I have so much contact now. I had so much opportunity because you bring me with you. And I think a leader is not a leader only for himself. A leader is somebody who can make a big progression, a big step ahead for everybody around him. We don't have to be egoist. We have to share.
I think that that's a wonderful message, Fabio. And I'm very, very happy to see you again. Je suis content de te voir.
Moi aussi, je suis content de te voir, Giovanna.
So there is there is any other projects that you're working. I know that you mentioned that perhaps you're going to make an event on November or October of this year.
I think November. Yeah.
And
Well,
so
it's a Le Mans fashion show, but I have a project as well to make come people from different country to make they come to visit Le Mans and the 24-hour of Le Mans. We are very lucky here in Le Mans because first we have a beautiful, very very beautiful town, very next of Paris, and with a lot of talented people. And we have the 24-hour of Le Mans, like the Indianapolis in America. This is as famous. And a lot of people come. I know you have already visited this place. It's an amazing place, and you don't have see this place with a crowd of the 24-hour of Le Mans. We have like 300,000 people who come from all over the world. This is huge and amazing. Well, in this period, it's a bit different because we don't have.
yes,
but,
absolutely.
yeah. And I really think that we have things to do with this organization of the 24-hour of Le Mans, and I have different projects for that.
Well, I'm sure that that's going to happen, and I can't wait to see all of that full of people again. With the cars, and everyone can enjoy that. And well, now because this is interview here, it's virtual. But what would you say to the American audience that perhaps have not traveled to France, or maybe if they had traveled to France, maybe only know the tourist places? But would you tell them about Le Mans, what they can find there?
Well, I will tell them to try to make a special visit here in Le Mans in France. Remember that we have come some American people to Le Mans for my event, and they was very surprised of Le Mans. And also here we have a very nature's place, not so big, not so little, and people are very friendly. We have a lot of infrastructures. Well, for me, I love this place. I feel very good because we don't have the big crowd of a big town, but we have a lot of things that we can do. And so I really think it's a huge opportunity to come.
Mention some of the things that you can do.
Well, there is a stadium, a big stadium. There is a big theater, a big cinema. You can visit around. There is a lot of castle around for the wine. You can visit a lot of things to discover. There is a lot of river and things where you can make like bicycle.
Well, you are very close also to where you live. A church, right? What church is that one that you're very close?
The Le Mans Cathedral.
Okay. Yes, I love that place.
Yeah, the cathedral is beautiful from I think the year 1100 begins the construction. It's a very old one, and we are very famous here. There is a lot of movie who have turned how we say broadcast now, and they have shooting for moving.
Okay.
And make around my home, around the whole Le Mans, and there is very famous like Cyrano de Bergerac. It's a famous French one, and it was live here around. So there is
that is very good to know for all the filmmakers out there that would like to go and make their movies in Le Mans. So it's a place that I totally love, especially. That was one of my favorites, the cathedral, and so I was happy to go with you and visit many other places up there. And yes, of course, 24-hour Le Mans. I hope that everything gets back into a place that people can go again and enjoy all the events, but especially your events. So when the people thinking to travel, they must had to be around your events for making
yeah, yeah,
experience that.
sure. Yeah, yeah, I
Well,
will be very happy. Sure.
well, Fabio, it has been a wonderful time having you here
Me too.
today.
Really, me too.
Guilty by my own desires and sharing a little bit about where you're from, about your company, and it's 14 years of friendly time again. So big happy birthday to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
One more thing. Before we go, what is what you going to do once you can go back and to do an event? How will you feel? I just want to picture it.
You know what? I think I will cry. I think I will be very, very emotional, and I will take the mic and I want to speak to the audience. I want to tell them that I love them, that I will always be here, and that I'm very happy to meet them again. Because um, it's not a play. It's a. I love that. I really love that. I do love organization, and when I will do my first event, I think I will be very emotional because we will start again to live. We will start again to have a real life. And this is amazing. And I want that we think about that. We think that in 3, 4, 5 months we will think, remember when we were in COVID time? We are so lucky. And this moment that we are living now will be something we will remember always in our life. And I think that people will understand better the importance of relation between people, and this is something who will make grow everybody, because sometimes we were always with a lot of possibility to go around, but we don't know. And now we know without meeting the other people, without doing event, without doing things together, life is not the same suburb.
Well, Fabio, I think that you're making me cry. You probably were gonna be leaving the audience of Hollywood crying as well. It was very emotional. Your speech that you just shared with us. Well, thank you, because I wanted to know. I think that this the message or the reflection that we have with other people, working with people, it makes us appreciate whether we are an introvert or we are an extroverted person. Just to have go to a restaurant, having a walk to the beach, having a walk outside of their house. I don't know. You notice that. Lately I've been running and I'm going, and the people is you running, and the people is like jumping to the to the side of the road, and it's like it's so many things that people is happening. There is passing through right now. They're passing from emotional sentiments. They're passing through the pain, the fear, panic attacks. I mean, everything we are going, and it's not Dennis also. I'm going through some other things as well. No, that I feel emotional. I feel like I'm having a panic attack, so excited and all of that. And but I go back into thinking positive, like you say, thinking positive, and appreciate all the relationships that you have with people that you already know. And of course, I will be so happy to see new people once
Yeah.
we, right?
Yes. But I really think we will come back to a normal life, or nearly normal life. Also, we just have to believe and be a bit patient. And I have to confess you, I'm not very patient. Also, I learn to be
Oh yes, let me believe
patient.
that for sure.
Ah,
No. Well, we're going to go back to friendly time, and to have the big events, because I mean, Fabio, I can't do an event without a friendly time company here in Los Angeles. Just let's face
sure,
it, everyone.
sure. And believe me, I will be there. I will come again when we can travel.
Yes. No, it for sure. I think that it will be another time. I love to work with you on the organization of my event in Mexico. And well, I just happy. I'm just happy that we did all the things that we did at that time. There was not COVID, and I was able also to experience Le Mans and your beautiful country in a way where the virus, it was not this way. So I feel very thankful that I was able to have that interaction, and want to thank you again to be here today. I know that it's late.
Was an honor to do a show with Hollywood and with the Vice. And I'm very happy to say a big and huge hello to all of your audience in America and in a lot of countries. I know you're a lot of person around the world follow you what you do, and also I say hello to everybody. I give them a big message of hope and positive attitude, and we are all one team. Also, we follow.
Well, thank you so much, Fabio. And I feel the same way that you're feeling, positive attitude. So for all our Heart of Hollywood audience, this is the message: just be positive, have a good attitude. We can't wait when the events start coming again in person. We're still hugging our friends and our family without the fear of jumping out outside the road. So that will be good. And Fabio, well, I hope that we can make another interview to follow up, the new
Yeah.
events that you're making and all the new
You know,
projects.
Giovanna, you know me. You know that I am not. I have no problem to speak. Even I make a lot of mistakes in English. I don't care. I share.
Oh,
I
maybe
give conversation.
maybe I'm gonna invite you to take my place. You be the host of Guilty by My Own Desires and interview all my guests, and then Sonia's gonna pick up the phone and say, "Hello, yes, I'm booking an appointment. Okay, yeah, oh, yeah, sure, with Fabio Rubino. Okay, is the
Yeah.
next Thursday, April 8th. Okay, so you
Hey,
got to
Giovanna,
interview the next person."
Giovanna, next time we do it in Spanish. Next time we do the same in Spanish if you want. I want to learn more.
Okay, well, thank you again. Thank you to all the Heart of Hollywood audience. Fabio, I see you soon, And well, this was one more Thursday of fun with friendly time. So
Thank you. Thank you to everybody.
bye bye.